There we go. Good morning, everybody. This is Christianna and Longmont Yarn Shop, and welcome to Coffee with Christianna. And I've got two very, very special guests with me today, two of my favorite knitting goddesses. And this is, of course, BUDD and Jennifer Miller, and we're going to be talking today about the Longest Day knit-alongs. So my first question will be for Anne. So how did you get involved with the Alzheimer's Association?
I was at a knitting convention and somebody there was involved in Alzheimer's. In fact, her entire family has had Alzheimer's, and she's absolutely guaranteed, so she says, that she's going to get it.
Yeah.
And she had become active in Alzheimer's.org, ALZ.org, and encouraged me to do a knit-along for the longest day. The longest day, of course, is the longest day of the year, the summer solstice, and the idea is that you do something you really love during all of the daylight hours to raise funds and awareness for Alzheimer's. And I thought, what a great idea. So I did it. This was before COVID. It was, I don't know, 6 or 7 years ago. And I had so much fun that I've done it every year, and every year it gets a little bit bigger. What I do now is I design a special project just for the longest day, and then that project this year's is the Fading Memories Cowl 2023. For every pattern sold on Ravelry, I donate $5 to Alzheimer's, and now I've got 8 shops across the continent, really, who are going to join me on the longest day and help me knit another version of this cowl while having, well, we'll just have coffee and we'll chat. It'll keep me from falling asleep, keep me active, and there'll be door prizes and things to get everybody to do this. What I want is for people to be wowed by the generosity of knitters.
Absolutely.
And so it's dear to my heart. My mother died of complications due to Alzheimer's, and I have a number of friends who also are suffering. I don't believe there's anybody who hasn't been touched by it.
So true.
I agree, yeah.
Yeah.
So when you're doing your longest day knit-along, do you finish your cowl in that day?
Well, interesting. I've gone to a cowl. My first project was socks, which I did not finish, a pair of socks in a day. Then I thought, okay, I did a shawl, and of course I didn't finish that in a day. And then I think I was stupid and did another pair of socks that I didn't finish. And then I got smart, and I'm now doing something I know I can finish. Where we live in Colorado, there's about 16 hours of sunlight. And so it's a long, long day of knitting, but it's for a good cause.
Yay. So Jennifer, I know you made us these absolutely lovely longest day gradient kits. What was your inspiration for these absolutely beautiful jewel tone colors?
Well, it's my pleasure to dye these colorways for Anne's pattern, which I did last year also. And this one of Anne's prototype was the beginning of my inspiration. Last year we did several colors of gray, the gray tonals, and this year I decided I wanted to do more in brights, kind of riffing off of Anne's sample and also doing something that's a different and a contrast to last year's. So I decided to do 4 colors in brights, which are here. There's a bright aqua, a dark turquoise, a fuchsia pink, and which is a hot pink, and a violet, which is really, I think the dye pot is called, the dye can is called Electric Violet. So that gives you an idea of the brights that we did. And here's one that's in progress in these colorways. Starting this one, of course you can choose to start with any of your colors, just lay them out in a range to see what you like. This one starts out with the bright aqua and goes into the dark turquoise, and then the purple is coming next, is the next one. There's a couple of rows of that one, right, just starting there. So there's one in progress. This is a very, very lovely yarn. It is a single ply, Superwash Merino. It's from Britain, and it is 4 minis. Each one is 87 yards. So this is 4 20-gram skeins, and this gives you 350 yards total. So plenty enough to make the KAL, and you probably will have a little left over. I mean, of these stripes that Gail has started here on hers, there's still this much left of the aqua and this much of the dark turquoise. So you'll have a little bit left over, or you can make it long. You can make it taller, or you can make it wider also. So you can choose. You have plenty enough to choose to make the size that you want. This is a really, really rich superwash single ply. Very beautiful, very wonderful to work with. Super soft, not scratchy on the neck, the most sensitive part of us, right? And you'll really, really enjoy working with it. And these are the sets that are available, and as we said, $10 of the sale of the sets will go to the Alzheimer's Association supporting Team BUDD, and the sets are selling for $44.99. So it's a great deal. And then you will need to get the pattern, which you can, there's the kind of promo that we have in the shop showing the sample and talking about the pattern and where the some info on the pattern. So that gives you an idea. Anybody in the shop can help you get the pattern, and if you would like to order it, just call and let us know, and we can put that in your Ravelry library.
Awesome. So the longest day knit along is June 18th, which just happens to coincide with Father's Day.
Right.
And you are working with 8 shops total?
Yep, we start pretty much moving across the country from east to west, or the continent, because we do have a store in Canada that's joining us. So we'll start early in the morning on the East Coast, and then each knit along is 1 hour long, and of course there'll be prizes, and we encourage you to come and be there. It'll be fun. We'll just be hanging out knitting, and I don't think I have in my head that I can remember all the names of the shops, so I won't, but we'll go from East Coast to West Coast during the day.
And Longmont Yarn Shop is set up for 11:30, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
11:30 Mountain Time.
Mountain Time.
Mountain Time, yeah.
So, and for people who aren't knitters, how can they get involved with the Alzheimer's Association?
Well, you can get involved any way you want. I, of course, would love for you to support me. Go to alz.org and go to, and I think you might have to type in the longest day, and I'm Team BUDD Knits, and we would welcome any donations. Anybody who donates $50 will have their name put into a raffle for the cowl that I knit on the longest day. But you could also set up your own events. You know, they have people who are baking, people who are, you know, mountain climbing and doing everything imaginable. Just something you love to kind of put that warm, fuzzy feeling into this really great fundraiser.
Great. Well, that's all the questions I have. Is there anything I scooted over that we need to circle back to?
How much money did you raise last year? Do we know?
I know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. $13,000.
Wow.
You did? Anne, that is so wonderful.
That's amazing.
That's
I'm
been
so
with
happy.
all the shops who have created their own kits, are donating a portion of that money. Of course, $5 for every pattern sold gets donated, and then hopefully people will donate just some money, and I'd love to beat that this year.
Yeah, that's a great goal.
I think that's doable.
Yeah. Well, I keep thinking it's bigger and bigger, you know, and what if this became as big as Knit in Public Day, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It easily is going that direction already.
Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. So again, the sets are here at the yarn shop. They are $44.99, and we're donating $10 from the purchase of every kit, and then The pattern is not available with the kit. You have to purchase it separately, which we certainly can help you with. And you purchase it from BUDD on Ravelry. And she is donating $5 for every copy of the pattern sold to Alzheimer's. So looking forward to it. And thank you so much, you guys, for your time. It was a pleasure
Thank
seeing
you,
both
Anne,
of you.
for this beautiful design, and thank you for asking me and inviting me to contribute to it too.
I'm delighted, Jennifer, and I love your jewelly, rich colors.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great color.
Yes, great.
Well, I hope you all have a very lovely day today. And again, if you have any questions about anything, go ahead and feed it into the chat line, and we will revisit it and answer any questions that may come up. So thanks for your time, guys, and we'll see you next week.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Thank you, Christiana.
Bye.
We have to find the right button to shut off. Gail, do you need help?